Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first let's...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage. The National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Able to slither by. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
Now here's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there.
And he will score. Touchdown AFC. DeAndre Hopkins, 69 yards. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, remember, of course, they won the last couple years here in Orlando and off to a good start in this one.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
Myers connects on the PAT. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
And that is incomplete. Good play there to step in and knock that one away by Chris Harris.
Who said that he couldn't play in the NFL?
Not me.
Hey, not you. A lot of scouts did, a lot of people undrafted, and has turned himself into a Pro Bowl cornerback, one that really knows how to play the position.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's got room. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Easy. Mike 59. Hey, come on up. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
15. Showing it. 59.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mahomes finding Hopkins for the AFC first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Throwing now is Mahomes. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A big play there for the AFC. 30 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
I know there'd be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Mahomes to throw on second down. That is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Touchdown, AFC.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet. They'll try and generate some offense on this.
At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Ready? You ready?
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver down? Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Past the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and an AFC touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to... This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. Now Breeze. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw is Breeze. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
He was looking for Julio Jones as Pro Bowl receiver. That'll bring up second down. Here's Breeze.
The one thing that I've liked defensively.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Now the NFC going to take a timeout. Their second. 7 seconds to play in this first half. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Let's go.
The AFC offense making their way back out. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
54, come on, 54, come on. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go.
So we're at halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Let's go. The NFC offense heads out.